Also this week, an invasive clam has been discovered in Lake Champlain for the first time.
Scientists with the Patrick Leahy Lake Champlain Basin program say a volunteer found a golden clam in a lake bed in Whitehall, New York. The clams, also known as Asian clams, are an aquatic invasive species that are native to the eastern Mediterranean. The concern is if they get a foothold in the lake, they might crowd out other native species and help create more cyanobacteria blooms.
This volunteer monitor who works with the Lake Champlain Committee was out doing routine sampling down at South Bay with a rake toss, which is, it looks like a double-headed rake that you use to rake up leaves, basically. And you toss it into the water, it sinks to the bottom, and you are scraping up plants and some mud to see what's there. So the volunteers are trained to look for native species, non-native species, invasives, and then watch species. And so this volunteer found one clam on their rake that didn't look right and reported it. And luckily, New York State DC was able to go out and replicate that. They were able to collect an additional clam and a half shell. So we're not talking an extremely dense population here, but we were able, the state agency was able to get out and say, yes, we found it there, and yes, we can confirm that it's Corbicula fluminea, or the golden or basket clam. So right now, the Rapid Response Task Force that's made up of members from New York, Vermont, and Quebec that focus on aquatic invasive species response has met, and we have to go out and look in other places in the South Lake to see if we can find other areas with golden clam present. But if the clams that are the hardiest overwinter and reproduce, they might be reproducing similar golden clams that are more tolerant of cold temperatures. That, combined with the fact that we're seeing less frequent freeze over of our lakes in the Northeast and milder winters, may create an environment where these clams can slowly creep a little bit further north in their ability to reproduce and overwinter.
The clam was first found in the region back in 2008 in the Champlain Canal, and then a few years later in Lake George. Both of those waterways drain into Lake Champlain.